Well, hello everyone. I don't really have many plans for today's stream. I just want to chat. I just want to talk. If you've been apt, you might be looking at me and you're like, Papaya, you said you would be doing more content this year and you've streamed like once. And that's fair and that's correct. I've had a time this month. Just a lot of stuff has been going on and we're going to talk about a couple things. We're going to be talking about college, trying to find a job, dating in the big 2026, AI. We're going to be talking about a bunch of stuff today, okay? I'm just going to rant and we're going to figure it out. So, just to catch everyone up on the papaya lore.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Papaya Gamer.
You know, growing up, I was just very exposed to YouTube. YouTube is all I really wanted to do. It's still all I really want to do. My hobby when I was like in middle school was like making videos. And when it came to go to high school, I was like, oh, there's like a technical high school around me. I can go there and maybe I can learn how to make videos better. And so I go there, go through all 4 years. They didn't even have a video program at the time, but we were like the test subjects for like the video program over at that school, which is cool. And you know, I got really good at it. You know, if something's your hobby and you do it all the time, and then you also do it at school and you do it with a bunch of other stuff, we're going to talk about how I started doing it as my job. You get really good at it. When we were in high school, just our school participated in this thing called Skills USA, which is like a thing where all of these like different schools from around the state come together and they like compete for different things. Typically it's the smaller schools that are more focused on certain things. In that thing, we went breeze through state. Like we were easily best in Idaho for video. We had like a video production competition and we went to nationals and we got 7th, which I mean, it's fine. Like 7th out of like 50 is not bad, but it really gets impressive when you realize that we completely read the prompt wrong. So we made the wrong type of video when we still landed 7th. So I think that says a lot, just so you can get a feel. Like in the nation, even though we did the project wrong, we got a pretty good place at a national level, which even getting there is difficult. So that's where I was. In high school, senior year, we had to go get an internship. And so I got an internship doing video work. It was very productive, got hired on afterwards, kept working there, same schedule. So before college had even hit, I had been working in industry for a year. I had been going to these like competitions and stuff. My entire high school education was centered around doing video. So I was in this weird spot because going into college, I was like, okay, well, I already have the job that most people are going to college to get. Why am I going to college in the first place? I'm like fresh out of high school, right? You know, college is pretty exciting. I've never experienced anything like this. Everyone seems excited that I'm going. I know that like a film degree isn't necessarily like something that has like a bunch of jobs necessarily, but I'm looking to get, you know, I'm good at making videos. I want to get better at like the storytelling aspect. That's why I'm going into this. I'm kind of like thinking like, okay, when you go to college, that's when things get serious. When I go in there, I'm going to just run into a bunch of people that are also at my same level. You know, everyone's going to get really good at video. They're all going to be good at video and we're all going to make something cool. We're going to make some cool stuff. We're going to make movies, I guess. I don't know. Like this is what I was thinking. I was like, we're all going to college for this, so we must all already be good at it. However, when I get into college, I'm taking all these film classes and I'm like, these are all super basic. Like every one of them is telling you, it's like, this is how you use Premiere. This is how you use a camera. This is how you set up a light. It's like, I've been doing this. I've been doing this for like years. I've been doing this for years. You know, I already know how to do all this. Maybe it's just the entry level, right? Maybe it's just the early on. Maybe we can get through it. And so I keep taking classes. I can't keep the job that I got in high school because college ended up making it so I couldn't work as many hours on a consistent schedule just because that's how college is. But I got a job on campus as a videographer. I was working there. That was a pretty good gig. They didn't give me very many hours because just when you go to a college, for whatever reason, they end up blowing all their budget on their athletics for no reason. So even though you're paying $10,000 a year to go to college, it still feels underfunded somehow, which is just bizarre, but whatever. And while I'm at that job, you know, I'm not really pushing myself because I don't have very many hours, but also the work's just really simple. I'm always like, my mind while I'm at work is always on like, well, what can I make? What can I do with this skill set that I have that can actually make something cool? Second year goes through. I'm at the point where I've taken all my prerequisites and I'm able to take like the top level classes. So it goes up to like, basically the way college level classes, like 100 is like entry level, like basic bare bones. And then you can take a 200 level class after that, and there's a couple of them. And those typically get built off of, and then you get into the things at 300 level, which are really specialized. Typically in your senior year, you'll have like a 400 level, which is not actually like a step up from the 300 level. It's more of just like it's like building your portfolio or whatever. So I'm in these 300 level classes. These are like the end. Like this is where things are getting specialized, and I'm still waiting for it to get good. Like I'm still not learning anything. I've been in college. At this point, I'd gotten through 2 years of college. So it's like half of it. But I've also already gone through all the like the basic stuff, and I'm in the point where I'm actually experiencing what college is supposed to be, and I'm still not getting anything out of it. Like the fact that I had so much experience going into college, and I had been working jobs, I've been working in, I went to high school and we all learned video, all this stuff. Literally, like the only thing I ever got like any value out of was like my writing classes, but those like barely one of them counted for credit. I ended up just taking those because I thought it would be fun. But it's just like you get into a class and it's like, oh, directing, that's gonna be cool. They don't like you. I think we had one day where we got like any actual experience with directing, and the rest of it was just like, go figure it out. Which, yeah, I can go do that, but if you're just gonna let me go figure it out, I'd rather go make something else. I'd rather go make something that I'm actually like I want to make, not like some random short film. Like in literally my last semester, we had a class for like documentary. I was like, oh dude, that's super sick. I'm gonna learn how to like research, and we're gonna make something cool. No, like they're just telling me, it's like, yeah, go interview someone, pick a topic, and then just like talk about it. And it's like, yeah, I know I can make a video about, I've got these skills already. This isn't like, you're not imparting any knowledge onto me. Why am I here? So last semester, it was the first semester of my third year. I literally scheduled a thing with like an advisor, and I was like, I'm not getting anything out of this program. Is there something else you can get me? And she's all like, have you considered going into the media program? And I'm like, media, huh? Yeah, that's interesting. It's like, yeah, you can go into like more of like a journalism side. You can go into like it's honestly more YouTube video. Like they're talking about how to make like videos for YouTube. I'm like, okay, well, that's interesting. And I take the classes. I'm still not learning anything. Nothing I'm being told is new. When I've been doing YouTube for the past, how many years? I'm going on 10 years. 10 years of doing this, and I've done research. Dream, I studied Reddit, like I know how to do this. I just don't have the time because I'm doing this bullshit where they're telling me to, you need to go read from this textbook that I assigned you, and the textbook costs $50, and there's no guarantee we're actually going to use it, and you got to read a chapter every week. And you go to the textbook and it's talking about some bullshit like, yeah, this guy made a documentary, he coined this term. So that's pretty hype. That's all of it. It's all just busy work. It's just bullshitting. And I knew, as I said, I knew going in, I knew it wasn't necessarily gonna translate directly to like a job, but I already had the work experience. At this point in my life, I have like 3.5 years of like experience in like a professional environment with video specifically, and I have like a massive portfolio. I'm really good at this. I'm just sitting here like, do I really want to spend another year here and get a degree that's not going to help me at all, or do I just want to like take a step back and see if I can just jump into this right now? Because ideally I'd like to just do content, I'd like to do this, or just talking to a camera, but that's not necessarily something that you can do. I'm not making pretty much any money. I got my first paycheck in years from Twitch, and it was like $50. I think it was 100 actually. I think I got paid like $100. But that was like years of Twitch revenue. I don't stream the most often, but you can't really if you're really busy with college. College is kind of just built to waste your time. It's really strange. And so I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to take a gap semester. I'm going to go look at like what jobs I can maybe get. Maybe I focus more on content, I'm just gonna go test the waters. Well, when you're taking a gap semester, you're not a student anymore. And when you're not a student, you can't keep a student job. So I lost my job. They said they'd hire me back if I ever became a student because I was very helpful for that department. I have a very unique set of skills. Who knew? Who knew that having video skills was unique and useful? And even though I was doing 10 hours of work a week, I was still doing a lot of the work that we had on our side of the department. So right now I'm in this position. I'm not in school. I'm looking for a job. If I want to go back to school, I feel like it's just going to waste my time. However, as I look for jobs, I realize there's nothing around here. I live in Idaho, you know, that's not necessarily like the biggest place with video. But I mean, I got an internship doing video. So there's jobs around, but we live in the year 2026 where everyone is skeleton crewing. They're trying to use as little people as possible, pay them as little as possible to get stuff done. No one wants to hire. Everyone's, I mean, even cutting the workforce if they can. I mean, on top of that, there's just not many opportunities around here. And even remote work is really weird. We'll get to that. That's a whole other can of worms. But I'm looking around. This is not even specifically like for someone without a degree. Because in this industry, it's more about work experience and having a cool portfolio and like being capable. There was one job that I saw that I was technically qualified for, but we're going to get back to skeleton crewing it. This was a job that was, you got to be a director, you know, like directing like video shoots and stuff. You're also the video shooter, like you shoot the video. You also edit the video. You also get all the like clients. These 4 jobs, what I'm talking about, like right here, the 4 jobs that this one job has, it is not normal that you bundle all these into one. Like this is a job for 4 people, but they were trying to just get one person that was going to do all of it. I don't know what they were expecting, because when you're doing video work, it just takes time. You have one person doing all that stuff, just nothing's going to get done. And it's not the person's fault. It's just, it takes a while to edit. That's just the nature of the beast. You got to watch footage and you got to go record it and you have to go interact and you have to like schedule with people, and scheduling with people takes time because who knows if they're going to take the time out of your day to even reply to your email. It's all this shit, right? This is the only job I see. I've technically got qualifications for it. And so I put it in. I put in a bunch of other random applications. I put in like one for like cameraman at like a divorce like clinic that was nearby, which is really weird. Like a divorce like law firm thing is awesome. I really wanted that job. I haven't gotten reached back to. I put in like 10 applications or something, just out like random shit. Like most of the jobs around here are door-to-door salesman jobs for some reason, which I'm not gonna do that. Door-to-door salesman, like the word, like that's a fucking agents of Satan. I'm sorry. It's the same thing as with like door-to-door Mormons, like going around. Like I'm not gonna do that to people. Marketing is already intrusive. Why are you bringing it to my door? I'm not going to do that. So that was one of my things. And that's like all the jobs around here. The other branch, there was a couple, like they wanted to have in the same way. It's like, I want like someone who's like a video producer, but also like an editor, and we'll be able to shoot it and write all this stuff. You know, that's fine. Having like a content creator for your team, it's chill. There were 2 listings for these nearby. There was one for a traveling dance studio where you had to travel with the team. And I was like, I'm sorry, that sounds like a lot of work and also expensive. And I like my friends and I live with my friends and I don't want to like abandon them. So then I can go follow a job that pays me $16 an hour. And the other one was working for the leading manufacturer in M16s. Like I'm sorry. No matter how desperate I am, I'm not advertising guns. That's like against like everything I stand for. You know, I might sound picky, but this is just all. Like this is all that there is. And none of it pays good. Like you're getting maybe $16 an hour. The divorce clinic was going to pay $18 or $28 an hour, but you only had 10 to 20 hours a week. So I don't know what that was all about, but that would be hype. I'd like to do that one. That's a good job. But and this is just all of it, you know? And so I start looking out. Like I'm on like ZipRecruiter. I'm on all these different platforms, you know, Indeed, specifically Indeed. I fucking hate Indeed. Indeed is the worst thing on the planet Earth. I fucking hate this app/website. Not only do they send you like 12 trillion emails a day, but they will recommend you just the most bullshit jobs. You know, let me go look. I'm gonna go pull up Indeed right now. Let's go take a peek. Let's go see. Oh yeah, this is something else I saw. You know, like the marketing content creator thing that I was talking about. For some reason, a lot of roofing companies want like a content creator. I don't know what that's all about. What content do you even make out of that? But a lot of these, they're all like looking for either like content creators or it's like stuff that's like vaguely related, right? It's like content strategist. Like I can technically do that, but I'm not doing any video. Like all that experience is from doing like YouTube, but I can't put my video experience on that type of resume. So when they're asking for like 3 to 4 years of experience with that, like I've got 3 to 4 years of experience kind of doing that. I did a lot of that at my last job, but it doesn't count as all of that, you know? And I don't think that's necessarily a job that I'd be very good at. And then I found one last week where it was applying for a like radio talk show host. Except because they're bundling all these jobs into the same one, it's like they wanted you in and you have this afternoon talk show, right? They want you to host that, but they also want you to write 2 articles a day for their website. 2 articles a day. What am I even going to talk about for all of that? Like they didn't have any like anything specific for like what you're even talking about. What, do you want me to yap about indie games on a fucking article? Like I'm good at writing. I can do it if I really wanted to. Also, there was no shot they were going to hire me anyway. They were asking for like 7 to 8 years of professional on radio experience, and you had to prove that like you had like a lot of listeners. It's like, I don't have any. I stream on Twitch. Like that it's same skill set. We're doing a radio talk show host right now, you know. We're doing exactly what they'd be expecting. They'd be very proud of me for doing this. But it was also just like, you go and you look at like the work environments for some of these places, just absolutely just dog shit. I was reading some of the reviews for that like radio place, and it was like, this environment is eat or be eaten. They will tear you to scraps, to shreds. You will be nothing but bones after they're done with you in this place. And it's like, what the fuck? It's the radio. What? So I'm still unemployed. I've been looking for a job for so long. This month. In an ideal world, I just go make content, right? That's like, ideally, I just do that. But making money off of content takes a while, because not only do they have to wait to like you have to wait for like specific milestones in order to even get paid. They'll even like withhold it until like the end of the month, and like even getting into programs can take a while after you meet all the qualifications. They kicked me out of the YouTube partner program for whatever reason, because they changed the criteria and they just booted me out for some reason. So I don't know what that's all about. Ideally, I'd just be able to do that, right? However, I need to eat. When I got out I got my last paycheck from my last job, and I had $500 in my bank account. I've only spent around $100 this month. I mean, if you're not an adult, that might not sound like a lot. If you have to live in the year 2025, you'll know like, damn, how the fuck? And that's still paying for like all my subscriptions and stuff. So I'm just like, I need a way to pay the bill. I need a way to eat. I need a way to put food on the table. But I also like, there's just nothing. There's nothing around here. It's so weird. It's just bullshit. It's just bullshit. I hate modernity. It's so bad. And it's only gonna get worse, you know? I think that's the thing about it that just really irks me, is that this is the best it will be for a very long time. It'll get better eventually. But the bubble's gotta pop, and the bubble's not popping. The bubble is still going. We thought it was supposed to pop like 2 years ago, and it's still going. Pyrocynical would be impressed. That shit's inflated to oblivion. I don't know what to do, man. I mean, I think the solution I always keep coming back to is, if no one's gonna be hiring you anyway, then you might as well just at least do the content part while you're waiting. So here we are, and I'm going to commit. I don't know how long it's gonna be every day. It could be as little as like 30 minutes. I'm just gonna go live every single day until I find something, or this just becomes my job, I guess. I'm just gonna hit the go live, and we're gonna figure it out. And if something interesting comes out of it, like maybe I chop up this rant, maybe that's a video. Maybe I just upload videos and stream highlights and stuff. The more you upload, then you can supplement the bigger projects by just uploading shit. So maybe that's what I do. Maybe we figured it out. Maybe we cracked the code. Okay, this next segment, I'm gonna probably sound like a psychopath to some people, okay? I'm gonna talk about my experience with dating apps. Some people are gonna be like, holy based when I talk about how I use these things. And some people are gonna be like, you need to be shot in the streets and killed. And maybe they're both right. My dating app of choice is Bumble. Here's the thing, right? Ideally, you wouldn't have to use a dating app at all. Ideally, you could just meet people. Especially before college, I was kind of excited. I was like, man, I'm gonna meet so many new people. As a gay man in Idaho, like the dating pool is just automatically, you're just fucked. Like, it's not necessarily that there's less gay people in Idaho. That's not really how it works. Statistically, it's just the same. Why would someone want to be out and about and proud of their sexuality in a place where like people have run trucks through pride parades? This is the climate we work in, and so it's automatically fucked from the get-go. In college, even keeping my eye out, you know, let's take a look, eyes emoji. The only openly gay person I ever met tried to fucking sexually assault me in my dorm room. I remember the first time I used a dating app was at the end of 2024. Yes, it was right after the election. I was kind of in my fuck it we ball era where I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna have rights next year. I gotta kick this shit into high gear. I just gotta go find people. I make my profile at like 1 in the morning. I like put my phone down. I scroll a little bit. I put my phone down. I wake up the next morning. I have like 15 likes. I think this is the one thing that might be a little unusual from like a lot of like the stories you'll hear about like dating apps. I'm on the other side of the spectrum. I'm stealing all the likes from people. When you're a 6'2" twink in Idaho, you're like, it's a fucking magnet. But recently, I don't know what came over me. I just wanted to hop back on the horse. I can't afford to really get into a relationship right now, but sometimes I just pop it open. I entertain the idea. I have this mentality, since I don't really want to commit specifically to anything right now, since I can't afford it. I have this mentality where it is perma swipe left. You just swipe left on everyone. And that's not necessarily super difficult because a lot of the people on there, not my type. Oh my God. Okay. Here's my first piece of advice. If you're on the other side of the coin, you're not getting any likes. You need to get, first of all, you need to get good pictures, okay? I don't take pictures of myself. It's not something I do, but sometimes I do. I've got a couple good pictures. I see so many people, either it's like a group photo, so you don't know who it is. Like they'll have a group photo first, like main picture is like an automatic swipe. Like who are we talking about? Who's the person? It's fucking annoying. Unless it's very clearly the person in the middle. I've got like one picture like that, I think, on my profile where I'm like holding the camera in the middle of like a group of people, but it's very clearly me. Not everyone is gifted with the comprehension of shot composition, but like you just need to have some decent photos. So many people I see, it's either the group photo, just fucking a pet peeve. It's so annoying to see just a group photo as the main cover photo. So I don't care if it's the best photo of you. I want to see you. I'm not looking for your fucking friend group. Second of all, like with the photos specifically, sometimes you can tell that when they were putting their profile together, they didn't have any pictures of themselves, so they just took like 5 selfies. Like random places of their house. It's like same time of day, same lighting, just at like slightly different angles. It irks me. It irks me that people don't put in any effort. Now here's my second thing that like pisses me off. This is my next piece of advice. So the way Bumble works is on your profile, you have like a couple questions. Or like a couple little prompts. It'll be like, my ideal first date is, and then blank. And then you can say something. Or like, whenever I'm bored, I blank, just stuff like that. Oh my God. Okay. This is like 70% of the people, is you'll be scrolling through and you'll see them. It's like, even if they're not necessarily my type, I always go through. I take a gander at their profile because maybe they got like some like super base shit in their profile. So I scroll through, and it's like, it's 1-word answers for everything. It's like, when I'm bored, I sleep. My ideal first date would be dinner. You just see this shit all the time. There's no creativity, no soul, no nothing. Like, I'm trying to see you. If this is you, I'm not interested. Like, please put the slightest amount of effort into your fucking dating profile, please. Or just don't use it at all. I'm sorry. This is my truth nuke, okay? What I'm about to say is probably gonna make me sound a little psychopathic, but as someone who gets a lot of likes, one of my favorite pastimes is to go through and swipe left on people and just see the little "you missed a potential match" at the top. I don't know why I enjoy that so much. I think it's just a little self-gratification. I feel a little mean. I don't recognize a lot of people whenever I'm scrolling through mobile, but there was someone on there that like I used to know in middle school. I was like vaguely familiar with them. Like they're in a lot of my classes, but we didn't like, I mean, we weren't friends at all. They popped up once. I like sent it to one of my other friends that was also in a class with this guy, and I was like, oh my god, is this who I think it is? It's like, holy shit. And I swipe left, you know, I'm not interested. They pop back up. That means they liked you. I swipe left again, missed a potential match. Wow. Guess I had a glow up or whatever. What was the other thing I was going to talk about? I was going to talk about like AI. Do I want to talk about AI? Yeah, I feel like everything about AI has already been said. Is that crazy of me to say? I don't think I could say anything that would be unique. I feel like it's all common knowledge, you know. It is useless. It just messes stuff up often. It has never done anything useful for me in my life. It is just making things more expensive, especially RAM recently. Holy shit. That's crazy. It was graphics cards before that. Graphics cards are still pretty unaffordable. That was also with like crypto mining. It's like all of the worst things in life come for computer parts. Also, I just hate, I hate, this is not a new opinion. I hate just how AI is in everything. It's like fucking Google search. I'm looking at Google. If fucking AI summary pops up at the top. There's like no way to turn it off as far as I'm concerned. It's like anytime I Google something, I have to burn down like a quarter of the rainforests that are left on this planet Earth because they just consume so much power at these data centers. They're just terrible for the environment. And the thing is that people don't like it, but the people who are indifferent to it are almost worse than the people who are really into it. We can talk all day about how like if you're someone who's like a big AI supporter and it's like, yes, someday we're gonna use this technology, we're gonna cure cancer with it, or it's a good tool, it's very useful. Like I can see some things in it. I don't think it's a good, me personally, I don't think it's a very good tool. I think it's been used to steal a bunch of shit from artists. I think it's been used to steal jobs from people, even in its primitive state, which I think says a lot about what like state we are in like the market, where even something that is effectively a public beta for this like product is still like companies are treating it like it's the end all be all, and they're already starting to like replace copywriters and stuff and graphic designers for logos. The thing about people who are like indifferent to it is just like either they don't know like that it's like terrible for the environment and that it's like not all that it's chopped up to be, or even they don't even recognize that something's AI, like with like videos or whatever, or they do know but they just don't like care about the fact that it's terrible for just quality of life in general. Everything's getting shittier and it's being put into everything for no reason. Every single app on like the planet Earth right now feels like it's just a shell for ChatGPT, and it's useless. The technology is useless, and every time it tries to do something it is always wrong, and I don't know. It's kind of impressive how good it is at being completely inadequate. Like, what are we doing, man? This is not the future. And just the fact that billionaires are so, I would say, tone deaf. They just keep putting in everything and like advertising that, oh yeah, AI is the future, we're going to use it for this and this and this. I would say tone deaf, but we know the reason why. It's because if it can replace part of the workforce, then why would we hire people? It's going to be cheaper to just use a robot. You don't have to pay a robot. The people who are in the like gold rush for all this stuff are maybe paying a lot of money to like get chips and stuff. But like down the line, it's like if you can just replace people, then, you know, that's worth everything. That's worth every penny. If you can get a monopoly on that, then you kind of just rule the world at that point. And that's why we're all just kind of getting caught in the crossfire, because everything's always advertising how it's like, it's so good for, you know, we're putting AI in this and it's gonna fix everything, you know. I'm Razer and I've made a desktop anime girl that's powered by ChatGPT, and it will help you not rage. Like, the fuck are we doing, man? Why? Who asked for this? Who asked for 10Z on your desk with the shitty Amazon Alexa? It's Grok powered? No, you gotta be kidding me. You know, it is not Grok. Are you dead ass? Oh my god. That's crazy. Dude, you have 10Z powered by fucking Mecha Hitler. Why? I'm losing my fucking mind.